अॾे अॾे ओड छॾे विया भेणियूं टिकाणा ऐं टोल पिया आहिनि पट में. These two lines have been taken out from the Melody Dahar of Shah Jo Risalo poetry collection book of the great Sindhi poet. Now, Ade Ade Ode. An ode is a tribe, a nomadic tribe, a race. What is their basic job? Or what had been their familial job since ages? To build tiny muddy houses. Ade Ade Ode, those odes who kept on building houses. Chade vaya bhenyu, now they left places. How long can you live in this world? You may erect palace, you may erect tiny house, big house, grand building. How long that grand building will sustain? How long that edifice will be standing? One day it will be reduced to dust. Ade ade ode, chade vaya bhenyu. Tikana hai tool, piya ahin patta mein. And now there are those tools and their luggage. All are lying on the ground. This couplet talks about the mortality theme. Human life is mortal. Whether it is material, whether it is man, whether it is machine, all are subjected to decline, decay and death. Nothing remains here permanent. Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu tikana hai tol pya ahine pach. I would like to tell you, there is also another version of this verse found in some other books. The other version is Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu kodara kod paya ahin patan. Now I ask you, we human beings are fond of so many things to store. It always remains our everlasting desire to erect grand building, beautiful house, beautiful homes, palaces. But do we know what will happen in the next moment? Is there any guarantee that we will live forever, that we build grand buildings? So ade ade od, those people whose job was to build and erect houses, tiny muddy houses, chade vaya bhenyu, they also left their places and this word too. Tikana hai told, their dwellings and luggage are paya ahin patta mein, they are lying on the ground. Man is a mortal being. We don't have to live here forever. Think about this, that this word is transitory in nature. We human beings who build houses, who build this world, we will remain no more here in this world. These houses we erect will no more be here in this world. Those tools like spade, like other tools which help you digging the earth, erecting the houses, even they will be reduced to dust. They will erode away one day. When gold is rusted, everything will be rusted. Those tools will be rusted. What are spades? Kodara hai kod, pya and patame. Nothing will remain here forever. Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu, tikana hai tol, pya and patame. What other message we get from this couplet? That death is inevitable. Our houses, our lives, our tribes, our races, our families, our everything, they will be one day a memory in the eyes of public. Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu, tikana tol pya and pattame. Pat. Now the word pat is watchful. Pat means ground. So here ground also refers to grave. You know, man's final abode is grave. If you are a serious person, a grave person, you will realize this fact that man's real home is grave. How long will we live here in this world? So that pat, that ground, grave, will be our final abode. Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu, tikana hai tol, pya ahine patame. This couplet reminds me of Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, the great English playwright. He wrote his famous tragic play called Hamlet, where there was a scene, two clones, grave diggers. They were digging the grave of one of the characters called Ophelia. She was a beloved of Prince Hamlet. She died and her grave was being dug. Those two clones were discussing. What were they discussing? They were asking from each other, do you know who builds the best home for a man? The other said, those who erect houses, they build the best homes. On the basis of knowledge, he said. The other clone said, other grave digger said, no, fool. We grave diggers are the one who build the permanent home of a man. And grave is the permanent home of a man. Ade ade od chade vaya bhenyu, tikana tol pya and patame. Whether you belong to a nomadic family like Ode, or whether you belong to a noble family, the reality is you are a guest to grave. You are a guest in this world. You don't have to live here forever. Your luggage, your tools, on the basis of which you erect your best houses, they will no more remain. They will be rusted. Your houses will be reduced to dust. You will be put inside the dust and the grave. This couplet reminds us we should shun pride. We should shun our arrogance. We should not walk haughtily, arrogantly on earth. We are mortal beings. We are not gods or God to live here permanent in this world. We will die. Our best gifts will die. Our best things will die that we make them with our own hands. They will be rusted. They will die. Everything will die. Nothing will remain permanent. In the end, I repeat this couplet, then I conclude my session. Ade ade od chade vaya bheniyu, tikana hai tol paya ain patta mein. The second version of this verse is in some other books as follows. Ade ade od chade vaya bheniyu, kodara kod paya ain patta mein. My name is Professor Muneer Domki, and today we thoroughly discussed a couplet from Surdar from the poetry collection book of the great Sindhi poet Hazrat Shah Abdul Latif Bhittai. Today, class is over, one day life would be over.